The ups and downs of a season, the hills and valleys. You get very philosophical once you take a tough loss, and you try to gain perspective. And so that's why I shared with the guys. This is, it's one game. Didn't play well, obviously, on the defensive side. I said, you shoot 40-something% from the field and 43% again. Another good shooting effort from the three-point line. On the road, you got a chance to win that thing with, scoring 77, but wasn't meant to be tonight because of their efficiency offensively. I just thought that, Jalen was, I don't even know how much he ended up with, but McDaniel was definitely ready for the lead tonight, the way he played. 17 in the first half and ended up, really just having his way with us. They kept putting him in ISOs, and we wanted to take one of the two-headed monster off, and not let the other guys get going, Hemsley and Mitchell and so forth. But I thought that we did a decent job on Watson, but obviously McDaniel was a force to be reckoned with tonight. So we will have a very quick turnaround. Got a game on Tuesday, as you know, so we're gonna have to put this one behind us, and we'll look at all the cleanup film from this game on the last or before we play them again. So our preparation will be quick. We've had some issues with the travel, so we're gonna have to jump a bus and head back home tonight. And I guess that's kind of insult to injury, but that's the way it works sometimes in life. You get hit with one curveball and another one comes, and it is what it is. So we'll rally. We'll get the guys together, high character guys that'll be pretty resilient, I think, and bounce back, and they'll be ready to play on Tuesday. I feel bad for them because I thought they did play pretty hard. I thought they gave a valiant effort, but just weren't very smart in some of our rotations and some of our scouting report things that we had asked them to do. We got to keep it kind of simple for the young guys. The older guys can handle it a little bit, but we're having some miscues defensively that are ending up being capitalized by talented team. This team went to NCAA. They got a lot of guys on this team that participated there, and it showed today. So that's all I got. You got any questions, guys?
Was this really the first game that you really felt like you missed some body out there, not having someone to really match up with McDaniels?
Yeah, that hurt. This was I don't know that you have, if you're fully loaded. Obviously, it's a different game. I don't know if it's a different outcome if you have all your guys there, but we don't. So it's a non-issue. It's a non-speaking point because we don't have Mbake, we don't have Shakur, we don't have Shaq. So what are we gonna do? Can't talk about that every game. We gotta try to find a way to win with the guys that we have, and we've been able to do that more times than not. So we got to continue to find our groove on the defensive side right now, and go from there.
Do you walk away more concerned with the lack of defense today than you did at Air Force, since that was part of the in Colorado Springs,
Right.
They were confused a little bit systematically.
Yeah.
This was just a bad defensive performance.
And it was a good offensive performance too. It was a combination of things. It was, they shot 70%. Yeah, some of that was because they had open shots, but some of them were challenge shots that were defended pretty well, and they still went in. They got, I can't tell you how many offensive putbacks. They got fouled on a three that went down. They just, they got 50-50 balls, and the ball bounced their way, and not because of our lack of effort, but just wasn't meant to be today.
Is it kind of good with this quick turnaround that you have? You're such a big rival coming up, where you can put this game behind you pretty quickly.
I don't think there's any value to. I think our guys would have been fine either way. You know what I mean? It's not like. We're going to bounce back and we're going to get better. They understand what we're trying to do. They know we're trying to get better every game, and we're hoping that how we play ends up in a win because of how we play, not, just the win and just the loss. It's about improvement with what we're building, and you've heard me say it 1,000 times, but this is a work in progress, and this was a great opportunity to learn and get them better. I got to go back and sit with them and watch film. We'll do some of that on the bus on the way back, and we'll start prepping for Reno. But I do think a quick turnaround, anytime you can get back on the floor, that does help to put one behind you because you got to move forward.
Because Rena's also had a lengthy team similar to San Diego State. Does that help as far as
Preparation?
Right.
Nah, you can't really replicate who they are and how talented they are. They have the best team in the conference, and they, to date, they have proven that. They have length, they have athleticism, they have depth. They're a really good team, so you have to have a special night to beat them. And as far as the game preparation, I've watched them play, but I haven't sat and, broke down a true scouting report. And so there may be some lessons from this game that apply on matchups or something like that, but we'll see.
what went with the travel?
We had an incident, I don't even know all the details, but bottom line is that we got to take the bus back because someone fooled around with the plane, the charter plane. It was somebody broke into it and flooded the plane. It was somebody hiding from the police or something like that. I don't know. It wasn't the plane. Nothing was wrong with the plane or the crew or anything like that. It was just somebody that got inside, from what I understand, the cockpit and pulled a button or pushed a button or something and flooded the plane. So we had a long ride home. So I'm gonna bid you guys adieu.
Chris, it was really an unfair position you're putting up, giving it 4 inches to McDaniels. Just how tough was it with his size and length to guard him?
Yeah, it was tough. He's athletic, he's long, he can shoot over the top of me, but I try my best to make it tough on him. Unfortunately, I called 2 fouls early, so he got going. That was the ball game right there.
Defensively, with the struggles, different type of defensive struggles than we saw in Air Force. What was the biggest issue for you guys tonight?
Just getting a stop. We didn't get a stop. We just gave too many offensive rebounds, and that was one of the main things that they fueled off of second chance points, and they was getting buckets off that. And we kept fouling a lot, so they got to the free throw line, knocked down free throws. So that was on us.
What can you guys do to shore up the rebounding? I know you got some injuries. You're not as big as you should be on the front line. What can the rest of the guys do to make up for it in the rebounding category?
We just gotta do the same thing we're doing, but we just gotta have the guards come down, crack down on a big that needs some help. Since we're on the side, so it's tough for us to get rebounds. But we're just gonna have to have everybody as a unit rebound.
Is there anything you take from this game into the UNR game on Tuesday? Another obviously tall team, lengthy team.
Same thing, just focus on rebound. But at the end of the day, this game's behind us, so we're just gonna move forward, look forward to Reno, see what they're good at, see what we can do to disrupt them, and see how it goes.
Do you buy into the rivalry part? I mean, there's a lot of young guys that haven't been through this. As somebody who's been here 3 years, do you tell the younger guys that are new about the rivalry, or is this just another conference game against the contender to win it all?
No, it's definitely a rivalry. Even before I got here, it's been a big time rivalry. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna be instilled in the guys as freshmen. They're gonna know that once they see the crowd and how it's gonna be, they're gonna know it's a big time game.
In a game like this, at the buzzer, when Jalen McDaniels hits a three-pointer, what do you think about that?
Oh, that was definitely a slap in the face, but we're not gonna really talk about that. We'll just see San Diego when they get to UNLV, so we're just gonna leave that behind right now.
Thanks, Chris.
You talk about being maybe overmatched in terms of size, how that was the first time it bit you since all the injuries that come about.
We're just a little bit struggling with all the injuries and stuff. They was kind of bigger than size-wise, but, we just got to go back home and just try and get better for the next one.
Can you talk a little bit about looking ahead to Reno as well on Tuesday night? How big of a game, your first time playing in the rivalry, but obviously they get a lot of buzz.
We're just going to stay with the concept of team. We're just going to go back home, get better and trying to get ready to play Reno and get a win.
How much did you learn about your team from tonight's game?
What you saying?
How much did you learn about your team from tonight's game, facing this, especially the front line you faced?
Honestly, all of us, we're not really worried about that. We're just gonna go back, just focus on being us, and just go out there and just play hard.
aside from the size, where did you feel the defensive issues were for you guys? I think they shot 56% for the game. Where did you feel like you guys were struggling defensively?
I think we was just kind of struggling on rebounding. That was the only problem. But other than that, we'll get better.
How frustrating was it? Every time you guys would make a push, they would answer with a run of their own.
It just comes back from the second chances and stuff. And other than that, we just had to go back and just work on rebounding and just keep on playing hard.
Is it, when you guys don't have the size, what can you do to rebound better? Like, what does the team have to do in order to compete with a bigger team?
Honestly, we just gotta box out more. All 5 guards gotta come down there and crack somebody and just get a rebound.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Joel.
Thank you.